we got an entertaining game at the end there, so that's all we could, I guess, ask for. It's kind of a snooze fest in the beginning, but we get some stuff there at the end. Welcome in, everyone. Hopefully, you guys join us. We'll be live for a little bit, see how it goes, see how many people we get, questions we get, answering whatever questions you would like answered. Trade questions, start, sit, all of that fun stuff for the game. 23-20 game, divisional game, came down to a last minute kick. And yeah, I mean, we got some performances. We didn't get any massive performances, which, you know, is good if you're playing against any of these players. Sam Darnold gave you 240 and 24 yards on the ground as well. So, you know, he has a decent day. He's been playing well. His fantasy numbers maybe aren't quite there, but he's been playing well. You know, he gives you 16 points and 4 point per passing touchdown, 18 and 6 point. That's kind of what if you're starting Sam Darnold, that's kind of what you're expecting to get. Kenneth Walker looks good running the ball, averaged 4.3 yards per carry. Caught a pass, but he missed out on the touchdowns, unfortunately. Those, you know, that went to Zach Charbonnet. Got one called back, but the goal line stuff was going to Charbonnet. And a little bit concerning for Walker. He might be more of an in between the tackles, you know, between the 20s type of running back, which his touchdowns may have to come from 20 yards out or something, which is not ideal at all. But he did look good running the ball at the very least. I guess his saving grace, you know, he gave you 100 total yards on 20 touches. You would hope he gets a few more. If he's not going to get touchdowns, we're hoping he gets 3 or 4 catches, which, you know, we'll see if that's the case. JSN shut out in the beginning. By the way, Zach Charbonnet gives you 45 total yards with a catch and a touchdown. So they both put up similar stat lines, right? Just got it in different ways. JSN was shut out to start the first half, but he came back, gave you 4 for 80, 11 yards on the ground there. So, you know, 4 catches, 90 total yards for him. So not a big day from JSN, but he saves you. He saves you his week there a little bit. That's about it for the Seahawks. I mean, we saw Elijah Arroyo catch a couple. AJ Barner caught a touchdown. Those are guys you're not starting. Cooper Kupp, 4 for 26. Was hoping for a little bit more there. Arizona, we have Kyler Murray finally got it going. He gave you 202 with 40 yards on the ground. So good game from Kyler Murray. Good game from him. He gives you about 20 points in 4 point and 24 points in 6 point per passing touchdown. Marvin Harrison Jr. looked like it was going to be a disaster. And I need to check something here real quick, guys. I need to make sure I'm allowing comments to be asked on here real quick. Oh, no, we're good. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions, leave them in the chat here. But yeah, Marvin Harrison Jr. looked like it was going to be a disaster of a game, but he gave you 6 for 66 and a touchdown, 10 targets. So he got the targets. He gave you a good fantasy game, 18 and a half PPR points, which is great. But yeah, it was not looking good there for a while. McBride, 7 for 52, and yeah, U of A Bubba. I mean, I agree. Get him a touchdown, right? It's crazy. He's like allergic to the end zone. I don't know what it is. He just does not get into the end zone. For those of you who started Trey Benson, you weren't that excited. He did give you 5 catches, so that kind of saved his game, but he only got 19 yards with those 5 catches. So we're looking at 54 total yards, but he gave you 5 catches. So he kind of saved his bacon there with those 5 catches. He got you double-digit PPR points. I think we were expecting a little bit more. DeMercado, was there at the end, caught the touchdown because it was kind of a 2-minute drill there. So essentially, and like I was telling people, what happened is, James Conner went out. Trey Benson took over James Conner role. Amari DiMercado took over Trey Benson's role. So Trey Benson's not going to get a lot of catches usually. A lot of those catches, I think, came on early down. So it's good to see him get 5, though. Trey McBride still had a good game, but yeah, please get him a touchdown. And that's really it. So, we're live here for a little bit. Probably not too long tonight, but, just kind of touching base and see where we're at. If you guys have any questions or anything, drop them in the chat. And yeah, it should be a pretty exciting week 4. We're already into week 4, guys. Once week 4 is over, it's like it's not early anymore, right? Heading into week 4 of the fantasy season is not early. I mean, once week 4 is done, we're close to 30% of our fantasy regular season done. That's quick. That's how quick that's how quick it can go. So it's unfortunate that it goes that fast, but yeah, we're plugging along, we're moving along. We got 2 Monday night games, so don't forget that. We got a game in Ireland as well, so we are all over the place. Next game is Sunday, 7:30 in the morning, my time. I'm in the Mountain Time, 6:30 Eastern. 6:30 West Coast time, 9:30 Eastern. So wake up early to watch that game. And make sure to set your lineups. If you guys play on Sleeper, I need to announce this to our listener leagues. But if you guys play on Sleeper, they added the function last year where you can do like the emergency starter. So if you have someone who's questionable in a game, and you're not going to be able to check your phone just an hour before to see if they're going to start, you can say, okay, if they don't start, put this player in. If you don't have that set up in Sleeper and you play in a Sleeper league, get your commissioner, or if you're the commissioner yourself, get them to set that up, because that's an incredibly valuable thing to have, especially for these Europe games where it starts at 6:30 in the morning for West Coast people. 9:30 is fine. People are usually up by then, but 6:30 is pretty early on a Sunday for people on the West Coast to kind of wake up to. So, make sure they set that up. I don't know if there's really going to be anyone that you're kind of waiting on in those games. I mean, for the Vikings, I don't think anyone's, I guess, I don't think anyone's really questionable. Not really. I mean, I guess JJ McCarthy, and that's about it. So, what's up?
Ayo.
We got a little bit of a game there. I was just talking about that we have our first Europe game this week. So,
Ireland, right?
Yep. And yeah, just kind of telling people if they play, I got to let our listener leagues know, but we do have that emergency start function for Sleeper, which is great, because 6:30 on the West Coast is a little early to be, getting up and checking. If guys, I was trying to see if there's anyone who might be questionable. I mean, Jaylen Warren is on the injury report. He's like the only one in that game. Maybe Jonnu Smith or something.
Yeah, I think it's called substitute or something like that you can use.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's set up like on the Sleeper League and stuff, then it should be. I think you can only use it on the actual mobile app. So, Jorge says, "What's up, gents? Just got offered Jamar Chase for my Ibuka and Golden. Your thoughts? Thank you. Is this redraft, Jorge, or dynasty?"
I think either way, I'd take Chase.
Yeah, same. I would do that. Yeah, I think people are slightly overreacting to what happened. I mean, that game was horrendous for the Bengals, and they still got Chase still gave you 5 for 50, even in that like terrible ass game. So I don't think it's going to go that way, that badly for them. They do get the Broncos this week. I mean, I guess there are some worries about the schedule. Broncos, Lions, Packers is a pretty tough next 3 weeks, especially I don't know where the Lions defense is as of right now, but it seems like the Broncos and Packers are two of the better ones in the entire league. Lions, I think, are solid too. So there's some concerns there, I guess. But yeah, I think I would still take Jamar Chase. So, but yeah, what'd you think of the game? And Marvin Harrison pulled it out. Kyler Murray was kind of saying, like, if you play in a bunch of leagues and you're like, oh, I have JSN, but I'm playing JSN as well. Like these are kind of like the perfect games, I feel like, for those. I don't know. That's how I always think about it. It's like, all right, he gave me a good game, but it wasn't like a blowout. I'm down 30 points already, kind of across the board for fantasy relevant players that you probably started. I guess Cooper Kupp's the only big disappointment if you were starting him. So
yeah, I mean, he's been a little bit of a disappointment so far this season in general. Like according to like what I thought he was going to be, but maybe it's a little bit of growing pains. New team, obviously, new quarterback, new system. So hopefully they can get him a little more involved. But you're definitely not starting him. I don't think a lot of people were starting him this weekend, anyways, except as maybe a flex.
Yeah, but, just deeper leagues.
Disappointment.
Yeah, he's had one good game, and that good game is sandwiched by 2 bad games. So, or 3 bad games now.
It's
not a sandwich anymore.
And it kind of makes sense too, like given like what we thought Seattle was going to be going into the year as far as like run versus pass, plus like Darnold. Like we saw him support 2 receivers last year, but that might be kind of like a little bit of the outlier, especially because they didn't have a strong run game necessarily. Mm-hmm. So maybe he's just not capable of making Cooper Kupp a thing with JSN there already in front of him.
Yeah. Yeah. Darnold's been like playing well, but he hasn't been putting up big numbers necessarily. He gave you 240 tonight. He's basically 3 of his 4 games are under 250 passing yards, but I think he's been playing well. It's just not, translating. It's kind of like Stafford was a couple years ago. It's like, oh yeah, he's playing like, as one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but it doesn't translate to numbers or fantasy or whatever.
Yeah. So, I actually benched Marvin Harrison for Quentin Johnston this week. I'll probably end up regretting that now. But the process was there as far as like writing the hot hand.
Yeah. I don't think that was a terrible decision to make, and it still could work out for you. It's not like Marvin had an unattainable game, 6 for 66 and a touchdown. So
yeah,
good game. But...
so almost 20 points, but yeah, definitely not something I'll cry about, but maybe we'll see.
Yeah. What do you think of the running back situation there for Seattle? It's like Kenneth Walker seems like a between the 20s type of running back right now, not being used at the goal line. It went to Charbonnet. He got one of the touchdowns called back, scored the other one. They ended up with like a very similar game fantasy points wise. That's because Walker was so efficient. So, but Walker gives you 20 touches, but doesn't get the goal line work. Is that concerning? What do you think of that whole situation there?
Yeah, we could be back to where we were in, a couple of weeks ago, as far as like, it's going to be like pretty split, like I don't know what the snap counts were for tonight. You got that pulled up.
Yeah, I can get that in a second.
But I mean, Ken Walker, he's kind of like that home run player, like that's kind of been his profile since he got into the NFL. Like, and he even said it in an interview or to a reporter a week or two ago, where he's like, every time I get the ball, I'm trying to score, and like he's been that way kind of since he got there, like he's kind of always going for that big ass play. Like, I think for the first 2 years of his career, like he was definitely top 5, but I want to say at least he led the league maybe for plays or, running back runs for 0 to negative yards.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's kind of standing out to me, but he'll break off that, 60-yard run, 40-yard run once every 3 games, 2 games or something. And so the box score can be a little misleading in that way, but it's also kind of like, that's kind of what that's kind of his superpower at the same time,
Yeah. Their snaps were basically even 33 for Walker, 32 for Charbonnet. So it looks like 67 total snaps. So it was literally a 50-50 split.
Yeah, it sounds like you might be, like if you have one of them, kind of think about them as your flex with like huge upside, even though either one of them can be an RB2 on a given week.
Yeah. I think it's Charbonnet is the play. I mean, just looking at how they used them. So yeah, 50-50 split essentially. 29 early down snaps to Kenneth Walker to Charbonnet's 14. And then Charbonnet got all the goal line. He got most of the third down, 8 of the 10 third down snaps, all the 2-minute drill snaps. And then they split short yardage. So if Charbonnet is going to be getting goal line, 2-minute drill, and the occasional early down work, he's going to be the play. Walker's going to have to do what he did today, where he gives you 100 total yards on 20 touches, which is obtainable, but it's not easy to do. And even then, it's like, okay, I got 11 PPR points, 11 and a half or whatever it was. So yeah, little bummed, I guess. I thought Walker was going to be awesome. We'll get to this question from Noah in just a second. Trey Benson, by the way, didn't have he saved his game by having 5 catches, for PPR and stuff like that. He saved his fantasy game, but probably a little bit disappointing to see him only get 13 touches, 8 carries. He's not going to get 5 catches every week. That was a little bit more of a it was 37 snaps for Benson, 26 for DeMercado, 4 for Michael Carter. Benson absolutely dominated early down stuff. And then it was and short yardage. And then there was so much 2-minute. There was a lot of 2-minute drills in this. There was 17 2-minute drill snaps. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, you think, you think normally you only have 2-minute drill drives at the most. You can have more, obviously, from how, we at PFF, how we determine it and stuff. But yeah, it's third down and 2-minute drill. I mean, Benson took DeMercado took over Benson's role, Carter and Benson took over Connor's role. So that's kind of how we expected it to be there. BTJ or Lad this week and rest of season? Who are you going this week? We'll start with that question.
I feel like I want to go back into the fire a little bit. Go with BTJ.
Yeah.
We definitely. I was just gonna say. I think what you were gonna say. It's not like Lad's lighting it up necessarily. Brian Thomas is still getting a decent snap or target share, rather, along with Lad too. So I think it's close. What are the matchups? San Francisco and the Giants. Let me look at that. What are you thinking?
I'd probably go BTJ. I don't mind either way, either side. But yeah, it's not like like you said, it's not like Lad's been lighting it up. He's been kind of like Wandale Robinson esque to start the year. And when we say Wandale Robinson esque, we just mean like a low floor, not a lot of upside to start the year. So hasn't had a bad game, but hasn't had a game above 14 PPR points, Lad. And it has 2 games under 10 points. So yeah, I think I'm going to go BTJ. Rest of the season's definitely BTJ. This week is a lot closer.
What if I told you the Giants are ranked 3rd for fantasy points allowed to receivers at 28, and San Fran is top 5 against?
Sounds like Quentin Johnston and Keenan Allen are going to have a great game. I wonder how that's being influenced by the Cowboys game, which was a 40-37 game. Because that was 422 passing yards. For who? No,
if I'm
that was
reading this right.
350 passing yards given up. So, I mean, maybe. I mean, we look at they played the Commanders week 1. They gave up 7 for 77 to Debo, and that's really about it. McLaurin didn't do anything. Eckler, Noah Brown, all those guys didn't do anything. And then last week they played the Chiefs, and it was Tyquan Thornton, and he had that big catch, right? 30-yard touchdown catch or whatever. But he had the most, 71. So I feel like it's slightly inflated from that Cowboys game, but yeah, I don't know. Does that change your mind?
I think I'm just gonna go with BTJ again. I know they're like the team obviously knows like the rumblings are there as far as like what the hell's going on here, so they gotta get him the ball. But I guess it's just a matter of can Trevor do it? But I'm gonna roll him out for one more week.
Yeah, I agree. Bummed about Walker. Totally bummed though on Benson and him being non-existent down the stretch. Yeah, he's not going to be in that 2-minute drill. It's kind of funny because like in a weird way, like if Connor didn't get hurt, Benson might have had a better game this week because he would have gotten all those 2-minute drill snaps, and there were a shit ton, as we just said. So like, and that might have been him on the touchdown, right? But yeah, I mean, it's encouraging to see that he still caught 5 passes, not playing on the third down or 2-minute drill. That's encouraging because we expect the carries to go up for him. I don't expect him to only have 8 carries a game. Could be dependent on, they were kind of like Rocky was saying, it was kind of a weird game. It went from like a blowout to the Cardinals almost winning. So, here's their Cardinals' next schedule. They get Titans, Colts, Packers, Cowboys next 4 weeks. So, I don't know. I really don't know. Besides the Titans, I don't know about those other 3 teams if it's going to be a blowout. I don't even know. I don't know what the Cardinals are is the problem. So,
yeah, I don't think they know either.
Yeah. The JSN holding call was a BS call. Yeah, it was funny that he got caught on the hot mic. The ref gave him that look. Did you see that?
I saw the holding call, but I don't know what's the hot mic.
When the ref was about to make the call, he turns his mic on, and JSN walks by. And he's like, "That's fucking bullshit" or something.
Oh,
he gets caught on the mic.
Okay. No, I didn't catch that. Like the volume was down. We were watching the game, but we were all kind of like talking and stuff, so I didn't catch that.
Yeah, and it was And the ref was just like looking at him. Like he looked at him as he walked past. He like looked at him like basically how you look at like your children when they say something or do something that pisses you off. And he looked at him for a good like 5 seconds and then turned his mic back on. Going BTJ, he probably watched Marvin Harrison play tonight and thought the 3-letter initial boys are back. Yeah, hopefully.
What if he only watched the first half, though?
True. He went to bed or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets late over there.
Yeah. Yeah. Glad I got DeMarcado in our dynasty league by bidding $1. Who else bid on him?
It might have been me. I might have bid $0 on him. I don't know. I have too many leagues.
It was you.
For $0?
Yep. For 0, you cheap ass.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, DeMarcado is like obviously if he didn't catch that touchdown, even being in on all those 3rd down and 2-minute drill snaps, he only had 2 catches. So,
Bo Sox start him next week.
Deciding on who to trade for running back that I need. Yeah. I mean, if I can keep BTJ, I'd prefer that, but I think both are going to be kind of hard to like. People are going to be a little bit hesitant on BTJ until he breaks out, and then Ladd McConkey. I think in a weird way, even though Ladd's been better, people would be more willing to trade for BTJ at this point because I think they think like, okay, this is what Ladd is going to be versus what we expect from BTJ. But I don't know. I don't know what to expect from that team anymore, to be honest. Down Fun says you just got done seeing a concert, but Quentin Johnston greater than Marvin Harrison.
Yeah. You might have missed the first part of it, Mr. Fun, but I started huge over Marvin Harrison in one of my leagues, so I was thinking of you when I did that.
And who did you see at the concert? I'm curious. Chaotic Cowboy says he heard a rumor that ETN potentially traded to Arizona. I think there's potential. Arizona seems like a weird spot. Like, I don't know. I feel like Chiefs are a landing spot. Like, can they get Alvin Kamara on that team? That'd be awesome. Or ETN or something. I don't know. Cardinals trading for ETN seems a little weird to me. Like, I don't know if they need him necessarily. Like, is that going to solve their issues? Like, really? I mean, they're 2-2. It's not like they've, not like they're terrible or anything to start the year, but I don't think it's going to solve anything for them. So, just ribbing you, yeah.
Bo Soxer, I'm gonna trade you, or I'm gonna offer you a trade for $2 fab for Amari DeMarcado.
Just double your money there.
Yeah.
Would you trade Ellick and Diggs for Pittman or Higgins, or keep the 2? And this is redraft, right? I think you're redraft. So Ellick plus Diggs for Pittman or Higgins. Yeah. I would do that in redraft or dynasty, I guess. I don't think you could get that, but if you could, sure.
Probably have a better chance at T. Higgins than Pittman, as weird as that is.
Yeah. It is. It is weird. Pittman's been awesome to start the year.
Wow.
What?
No.
I mean, he's been good. He hasn't been like amazing, but he's been top like 12, right? Yeah, if you could do that, Nino, for sure. Had CD and Connor, so a bit shorthanded right now. Do we think about trading CD for Jamar?
Who's gonna do that though?
Yeah. Good point.
I think that's part of the problem. Give him CD and Connor.
Yeah, the only way they would do that is if they're 3-0 and
and they're worried about Chase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't see how you can be more worried about, like, we know CD's going to miss the next few weeks, and then, he could be limited coming back. So, yeah. If you could do it, I guess, John, sure, but I don't see that. You probably have to add something to that.
I'd say so.
James Conner.
You're gonna have to aim lower. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say you're gonna have to aim lower than Jamar to trade CD and try and get. If you're shorthanded, you might need two pieces that are gonna play.
Who would you like? Let's say you're 3-0, and the CD manager is 1-2, 0-3, and they're trying to like trade him to you. Who are you willing to give up straight up? Like, would you give up?
If I'm 3-0,
yeah, you're 3-0. Someone's offering you CD, and would you give up like a Tetaroa McMillan? Is that a smash accept for you to take CD?
now I don't even know if I would do it, honestly. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think so. I think that's probably like the range.
Drake London?
Yeah, I would definitely give up London. Oh, you mean for Drake London? Sorry.
Like you're getting CD in all these trades.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, you're 3-0. Someone's offering you CD. You have Drake London. They want Drake London. You taking that trade and getting the CD.
Yeah, I think so.
You wouldn't do would you do Garrett Wilson? Who would you rather have, like Garrett Wilson or CD Lamb on a 3-0 team?
I feel like Garrett Wilson might be a dude that helped you get 3-0. Like that might be a little too rich,
Yeah, I mean he's we talk about all these. I feel like he's kind of going a little bit under the radar, but Garrett Wilson, but 30 targets in 3 games, is pretty insane. Okay, so it's kind of in like that Tetaroa, McMillan, Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, Sutton's an easy one, and you could probably make that happen.
Yeah, there's a chance you could.
Ibuka, yeah, I'd give him up to get Lamb. Just take the shot, I guess.
Yeah. Wide receiver's kind of weird, like this year so far. Just kind of looking at the rankings and stuff. James Conner out for the rest of the season. They may need a running back. Yeah, I guess. I mean, they have Benson, they have DeMarcado. I don't know. I don't think the Cardinals' issues is running back, really. So I think it's more just like the team needs to just gel. Like we know they have players, man. They have maybe the best tight end in the league. They just, they have a second-year wide receiver who is touted as like the greatest wide receiver prospect in a while. Kyler Murray and is a playmaker. I don't know. They just kind of need to all gel together and catch the ball. Saw Friends Band. Nice album release. Check it out if you like metal. Farseer. That's pretty cool. Yes, redraft up against the wall this week. Got to flex Tetaroa versus New England or Wicks versus Dallas. It's Tetaroa. Although he is on the injury report. So keep an eye on that.
Yeah. No notes.
What did Wicks do last week? I think he caught like 4 passes or something.
Holy shit.
2 for 30. No. Sorry, 2 for 21 on 4 targets. I mean, that was just a disaster game in Cleveland.
Yeah.
By the way,
both those defenses are obviously for real.
Yeah. Yeah, especially Cleveland. Does that worry about Detroit this week? They're at home, Detroit, but Are you like hesitant on starting any of those guys? Really, it's
Not
just
the
Jameson.
Yeah, I was gonna say not the usuals, not Mon Ra. You're flexing fucking Montgomery. You're starting Gibbs, Laporta. If you got him at tight end, you're starting him. But yeah, it's Jameson is the most curious, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we haven't quite. Has he had a good game yet? Let's
JMO?
see. Yeah, I didn't. No, it doesn't look like it. Well, 2 for 108 and
Yeah,
a
it's
touchdown.
insane.
So yeah, I guess there's a good game, but it's kind of like what we had 2 years ago, when we were starting to see that field stretcher kind of usage. So
Yeah, it's a little
yeah,
concerning. His average depth of target's almost 18.
yeah, that's
It's
rough.
yeah. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, this is easy. Teteroa. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree with you. You kind of start maybe Goff is a slight like if you have someone better, like I would start Geno Smith over Goff. I'd start Stafford over Goff this week. Maybe CJ Stroud over Goff.
Spooky.
But PPR redraft, should I trade Genty and DK for Brees and BTJ? Should I trade Genty and DK for Brees and BTJ?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I can definitely see either side of this trade like being a disaster. Like Genty, we're not seeing anything from him yet. Like not a lot of usage in the passing game. 6 targets in 3 games isn't terrible, but not exactly what we want. I mean, the Raiders obviously have to do something different with him. He's getting the majority of the carries, obviously, but
Yeah.
that line looks terrible, and we're not seeing the broken tackles really. So that's not great.
Yeah.
Brees Hall has, like we haven't seen a good game from him since week 1. Granted, it's only been 2 more on top of that, but I think PPR, I like the Brees BTJ side is kind of where I'm at. Half.
It is
think I'll
PPR, by the way.
Oh shit, he does say that. Yeah, I'll take Brees Hall and BTJ. You got to read the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I agree with you. I thought Metcalf was going to be a bit better. I mean, he still can be, but I was expecting like a big season from Metcalf, and like he's been good because has 2 touchdowns. Like he hasn't been bad at any. He has at least 12. Basically, he's 12 and a half PPR points each and every week to start the year. But I was expecting obviously more. Brees, yeah, I'd like to see some touchdowns and stuff. Yeah, I think it's in PPR. I think it's Brees and BTJ. What's up, Marvin? Geno versus Chicago, Stafford versus Indy. I'm gonna go Geno.
Yeah.
Go Geno. Yeah, against Chicago. Made a trade in a 14-man league. Start 8 tight end. I think it's tight end premium. You're not starting 8 tight ends. That'd be insane. You start 8 tight ends in a 14-team league. I think it's a start 8 tight end premium. So relatively shallow, right? I know it's a 14 team. So we're looking at like a 12 team start 10. No, start 9. Between 9 and 10.
Yeah.
Traded my Corey Krosky Merritt, B-Rob Bateman for a playoff first and Aronde Gadsden. So how do you like getting a first for that trio of players? I like it.
Yeah, I don't mind it too much. Hopefully Aronde turns into something. Obviously, like we saw some good usage from him last week. So yeah, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I think it's fine. It is a playoff first, but like it's not a super deep league. So 12 teams start 9, not super deep. So I don't really see B Rob. I mean, B Rob's just a handcuff. Bateman is probably not someone you want to be starting in that type of format. And then Corey Krusky Merritt, like we have one week sample size without Eckler, and it wasn't very good for Krusky Merritt. So doesn't mean he can't develop into something. Jason coming in, 5 questions, just boom, 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 boom. Must have had him like copy and paste it or something.
I like it.
Traded Judy, who I never started. Addison, who I never started. I hope not for Addison. Yeah, and Judy too, because he sucked. And Pollard for Javonte. So he traded Judy, Addison, and Pollard for Javonte Williams, Ladd, and Mike Evans. Did I win or no? Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, Javonte over Pollard at this point. Ladd over Judy, probably Evans over Addison. It depends on the injury for Evans, but
yeah, he's gonna miss a few weeks, but no IR, I don't think.
Yeah, I think they said it was like a low graded hamstring injury, low grade.
Yeah, it's tough because that's kind of been that's his Achilles heel, right? Like it's not his Achilles, it's his fucking hamstring, and the dude's getting up there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, rest up, Mike Evans. We'll need you down the stretch.
Since he's guaranteed 1,000 yards, would you rather him play the entire year and just give you
start 8 games?
Yeah, start 8 games and put up 1,000 yards in those 8 games, essentially.
I mean, only if he's out the other 9 games. Right, so not to start him.
Yeah,
then yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of what it was last year.
Yeah, definitely towards the end. Like that was kind of like the narrative, right? Where when he came back after their bye week, it was like, okay, he needs 85 yards a game to get to his 1,000 from here on out. Like they're gonna make it happen. And the way he got it on that last play, where they didn't even need to. Like the actual football smart thing to do was not throw the ball and just kind of just take the knee and take the win. And I don't know, that was it was cool to watch, but it was just kind of like, holy shit, that could have been bad. My boss is a Philadelphia Eagles fan, so I was betting them during a meeting this week. And I was like, so at the end of the meeting, they're like, all right, anything else you want to talk about? And it was me and some of my other coworkers. And I was like, okay, so Bucks and Eagles this week, you're going to give me the points or what? It was -3 when I checked during the meeting. I got to imagine that's moved. I would thought it would have been at least -5. Don't you think? I don't know.
Is it in Tampa? Yeah, it is.
Don't know. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's fair in Tampa because usually they give you a few points being at home, right? Like you like on the road, maybe it's a -5 or something. So it seems about right.
Yeah, it's only moved 3.5.
I think Tampa wins. I mean, I picked them.
Yeah, I did too. You convinced me back on Sunday or Monday, I guess. That was kind of our upset in the football pool.
Yeah. Would you trade Jaylen Warren for DK?
No.
You want Jaylen Warren, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think so too. I am slightly concerned that he's not running the ball very well. And does that make them turn to Caleb Johnson at some point? I mean, your starting running back can't average just over 3 yards per carry. And I don't know if that's on him, the offensive line, what it is, but that's not, you can't survive that. That's not even a first down. You're literally not getting a first down if you hand the ball off 3 times, right? So, you can't really have that. So, but yeah, I went Jaylen Warren. You just got to go with what we see right now. The usage is awesome for Warren, And
Jason, will you let us know the format? I don't know if he says it here anywhere.
I don't see
Not
it.
just because I'm assuming this is a lot of the same league.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a couple of leagues actually. Because he's got a few.
But my Cardinals rivalry jersey, I don't love it. That like desert themed. It looks like a birthday cake or something.
Well, we were saying, well, Big Dave was actually saying, he's like, oh, that's bird shit all over their jerseys. It's Cardinal shit. And I was like, no, I think it's Seahawks shit.
Yeah, I'm just seeing like a replay of it. It's like, doesn't do it for me. Well, there's one team that looks really cool. I forget who it is though. I think like 8 teams are doing it this year. It is full PPR, he said.
Okay.
Start to DJ Moore, Pittman, Waddle, Jalen Warren.
I'm leaning Warren, and I feel like I kind of want to go Waddle again. This is like my preseason bias, I think, but Pittman's might be the move. I don't know. What are you thinking? Pittman gets the Rams. Waddle gets the Jets.
Let's see here. Fantasy points allowed by position. Where are the Rams? Rams are middle of the pack for wide receivers. And that includes, by the way, they play Tennessee in 1 week. So it seems like they give up a decent amount of points. I think I'm going to go Pittman and Warren.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of my lean. But yeah, I think DJ Moore's kind of the easy sit, unfortunately.
Yeah. Seems like Odunze's kind of taken over that wide receiver room. Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, I think I'd go Pittman and Warren there. Don't mind Waddle, but Javonte Swift or Jacoby Myers. I said Javonte Swift like it's one person, but Javonte Swift, Jacoby Myers. Swift is on the injury report.
And his name's DeAndre.
DeAndre. Or Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, I think it's Jacoby Myers full PPR. Honestly, Javonte getting the Packers kind of worries me.
So it'd start 2.
Oh.
I think it's Swift if he's healthy and Myers.
Yeah, I think so. Same game.
Definitely Myers.
Yeah, even though Javonte's been good, obviously. But just the Packers, man. The Packers.
Yeah. Packers are top 5 or 6 against running backs. I mean, they're really against everything except for tight ends. Yeah, I probably would go Swift and Myers, but if Swift is like truly questionable game time decision type of stuff around him, like he's going to test it out in warmups, even if he starts, I might just pivot to Javonte to not even deal with all that. So start 1, if no Fields this week, Penix, Geno, Rodgers. It's Geno for me.
Yeah.
Or Stafford's
in there, but Geno.
No, don't go Dart. Not against the Chargers first start. Like maybe he does well. Like anything can happen. Hurdy's dual threat. I mean, he did have a 600-yard rushing season in college, 500 last year, which, by the way, sacks in college count towards negative rushing yards. So those are both really good. So yeah, he could be a dual threat type of guy for sure. And if you kind of look at how Daboll used Daniel Jones that 1 year, but you just can't do Dart week 1, like first week as a rookie starting against the Chargers. So yeah, it's Geno there. Yeah, everyone hit that like button for us. We'll answer these last few questions and probably.
That's what I was laughing at. Like as you were reading that, like I was like, oh, Rocky's hooking it up.
Yep. And if you have multiple accounts, hop on all of them and hit the like button. Hey Frizzo, how's it going? Would it be crazy to drop Murray for Rico Dowdle? Kyler Murray?
I think it's gotta be right. I get that's the way I was looking at it. And it's like, can you even do that unless I did have one league a couple of years ago where you could drop guys even after they played as long as you didn't start them. And I abused the shit out of that rule. We actually had a kicker in that league, and I would pick up backup running backs going into, Sunday morning games, like just in case I ended up getting the guy behind the guy kind of a thing. Like, and then it's like, oh, no, James Conner made it through, drop Trey Benson and pick up a kicker for Sunday night. And read your league rules. But I mean, if you can drop Kyler Murray, are you doing that for given the other guys that are available? I guess is the real question.
So he plays in one of those leagues. He said you can drop bench players if they played.
Yeah, so I guess you didn't start them. So
where are we at with? I mean, sure. I guess like who's your other starting quarterback? You got Drake May. Chuba dealing with a calf injury. Yeah, I guess so. It's a one quarterback league. Drake May's been better. I will say this, like Kyler before this week, top 15 quarterback, right? He's literally QB 15. He just put up a 20, depending on your league format, 22, 24, 26 point game. He put up a good game. He gave you 202 through the air. So that's 16 points in a 4-point, 20 points in a 6-point, right? And then he gave you 40 more on the ground. So he gave you 20 to 24 points, which, is more than most of the league and what they're averaging. I don't know. Like, I don't think it's, it's kind of been a disappointment. And like his schedule is been Panthers, Niners, Seahawks, like Saints, right? So Saints, Panthers, Niners, Seahawks. Like I think the Seahawks have a good defense. Niners are a good team. Panthers, at some point, we got to say, like, are they just good against quarterbacks, or is it everyone runs on them? I don't know, but they've been like top 5 the last 2 years. Yeah, I don't hate it in a one quarterback league, but
I'm
not out on Kyler either.
They don't have the easiest schedule, coming up either. Tennessee, Indy, Green Bay. It's not terrible. It's not, and then they're bye. So you got a chance to get Kyler back, like after a couple of weeks, probably anyway. So
so
Chuba was limited, calf injury, avoided first week practice. Oh, this was today's not Wednesday. Oh, limited Thursday. Okay. So no practice yet in DMP yesterday. Limited today. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of vets get a rest day on Wednesdays, so
yeah.
Tomorrow will be a lot more telling, I guess. So maybe
wait. He does make a point of like Sam Darnold, Geno, Matt Stafford, Dart are all on the waiver wire, and there's probably going to be more as bye weeks come. So I don't hate it. And going out and
just go ahead and make the move now. Then you might as well, and then if Chuba's a full go tomorrow, then drop him or drop Rico, and then pick up somebody else.
Yeah, turn them into camo uniforms. Yeah, they could have done that. I just feel like they could have done something a little bit better with the jersey. Like it was hard to tell what was going on in that jersey, So let me see rivalry jerseys, NFL.
That's what they call them, rivalry. So it's in division.
Yeah.
Does everyone have one rivalry? Like, I feel like that's not true. I feel like you had a pretty good graphic that you sent in our group chat last year or something. You're like, it was kind of like, oh, this team hates this team and this team hates this team, like all that. shit. Like basically everyone in the Packers division hates them, kind of a thing. And yeah, it was everyone hates the Cowboys.
It's basically just like them. Yeah, it's all divisional stuff. But like what's weird is like the Seahawks have one, but they didn't wear them. Like, why aren't they wearing them on the same night or something? I don't know. Yeah, there's a couple interesting ones though. The Bills are like all white, so if it snows, they're just like cheating essentially. Would you trade Harold Fanning Jr. for Loveland? Is this redraft Niner? Probably not. I think I'd just keep Fanning. Obviously, in Dynasty, I would. But redraft, I mean, Loveland's not practicing this week and hasn't been that great, So, don't even know if he had a catch. Does he even have a catch this year?
Loveland?
Three.
Yeah, he has 3.
So yeah, I'd probably just keep Fanning. Traded Kyren and JMO for Justin Jefferson, and now I got JJ and Jamar Chase. Kyren and JMO for Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. I like it. I like getting those young receivers. I'm assuming. Wait. I guess it doesn't say Dynasty. God, I still have Dynasty brain. We're 4 weeks in.
Well, yeah. I mean, more than half our listeners are Dynasty, I think. I don't think Frizzle is, though. I think this is redraft, which I don't know if I love that trade in redraft. I mean, it could be great. Like if JMO keeps up what he's doing, which is just not really reliable, a boom bust wide receiver, then good chance you do win it, because then it doesn't even matter what JMO's just like a bench piece at best. And then it's just basically Justin Jefferson versus Kyren. So, but if you think JMO's going to like turn it around a little bit, then you might lose that trade, but might not. All right, we'll get through these last few and then we'll finish up here. I've got an offer for Kareem Hunt for Josh Downs. What do you think? I'll take Josh Downs. I don't know. This doesn't mean anything to me, really.
Yeah, it's kind of. I think I'd rather have Kareem Hunt, honestly. He has more upside, especially if Pacheco gets hurt.
Yeah, so he can give you 20 carries for 50 yards and hope he falls in the end zone,
I'll take it. One target.
Yeah, if you want.
4 yards.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of just take who you like more, I guess, but it doesn't really mean too much for me. Was offered JSN for Bucky, my squad, Hurt, CMC, Bucky, Jefferson, McConkey. I'll take JSN over Bucky. You have Justin Jefferson, McConkey, Devonta Smith, CMC. Yeah, I mean, who would you rather have, JSN or Bucky Irving?
Probably JSN. I mean, not probably. Yeah, JSN.
Well, Bucky had 30 touches last week. That's insane. Bucky. I'd probably still take JSN, but yeah.
Sorry, I'm just
Breece Hall
and stuff. No, go ahead.
Breece Hall versus Miami, Hampton versus the Giants, Scatteroo versus the Chargers. Start 2. I think I'm going to go. Ooh, it's kind of tough.
Hampton and Dobbins.
Ooh, really? I felt like Dobbins was the one I was kind of eliminating. But I don't think that's fair.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that's fair because, like, it's more just like I don't know. Like, my only concern, I guess, is like with Dobbins is he's not getting a whole lot of touches. I mean, he's getting a fine. Like he's fine. It's not like bad or anything. 45. He's getting 15 touches a game. I think it's Hampton and Brees for me. Isn't Miami like giving up a shit ton of points to running backs? They're top 5. They're the top 5 like worst, giving up the most points. Yeah, Cincinnati's second, giving up the most points. I think I'd go Hampton and Brees personally, and that's just more talent than anything. I think.
Boo.
Who are
Dobbins
you?
is
So
good.
you're Dobbins and Hampton.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm Hampton and Brees there. Kyler's streaming points is giving streaming points only benefit is he won't ever get benched versus a quarterback off the waivers. Yeah. I mean, again, like I think it's basically what we're gonna see after this week is most likely Kyler's gonna be a top 12 quarterback after 4 weeks. I know it's easy to be like, he sucks because it's like he's been a disappointment and he gets a lot of like hate and there's that connection with Marvin Harrison that's not working. But like the truth is, like the guy's almost always a QB1 every single year. Even last year, like he was so bad, he was still a top 12 quarterback.
Yeah, and he's 35 on the ground, averaging that per week. That's a nice little, half a touchdown bonus. What's that pace? It's over 600 for the season, so nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, or it's almost a touchdown, and a lot of people play 4-point.
True.
He's literally giving you like a touchdown on the ground. He has 595 yard pace. So, yeah, I think I don't know. He's just one of those players where it's just like, it's easy to say like, yeah. And as a real NFL quarterback, you can talk all you want about him. He's not a winner, blah, blah, blah. But for fantasy, like, again, the guy just put up 24 points, 20 points and 4-point per passing touchdown, whatever I said. There's only, he's QB 15 heading into this week. There's only 9 guys averaging 20 points or more. Like he's probably going to be a top 12 guy after this week. So, do you guys like Tolbert over Turpin in Dallas? I do, unless you get kick return stuff. But Kevontae Turpin's going to probably get a couple more targets. He's going to be more of the gadget player, big home run threat. He might get 2 rushes and stuff like that. So, I guess for upside, maybe Turpin, but it's probably Tolbert.
Yeah. I mean, they're probably going to need some fucking gadgets against Green Bay this week, in order to have a chance.
Hey, Browns just beat them.
It's true.
Anything can happen
with defense. I mean, I guess offense.
The Cowboys don't have, but yeah. Niner says Tolbert is better than Pickens. So, from a talent perspective. All right, we'll finish up with this redraft. Oh, no, it's just telling you. Redraft lineup is now Caleb, Bucky, Jalen Warren, JJ, Jamar, Sutton, Ferguson.
Yeah, love it.
Golden or Luther Burden? It's Golden. Burden's not playing enough yet. Now, hopefully he gets more playing time. He had that big touchdown catch, but he only played in 15% of the 30% of the offensive snaps. So that's not going to be enough to rely on. Go with Golden.
He's got the Jameson Williams line.
Yeah. 3 for 100.
Yeah.
And a touch. Yeah. But yeah, he's not playing enough. So yeah, you can't rely on him yet. And he scored on a kind of a gadgety play, which is fine. But would you trade Judkins for Ladd and redraft? I'd want Judkins.
Yeah, I think I'm just keeping Judkins.
Yep. Yeah, he's come in and just kind of taken over that backfield. I didn't expect this to happen this soon, like kind of from his first week there. It's like, hey, he didn't practice means nothing, I guess, apparently, because he didn't do anything. Signed, wasn't it after week 1 he signed? Maybe it was before week 1.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
it was after. And then it was like, oh, he might, like, he's going to be on a snap share or snap count for week 2, and then it just basically gave him the ball every time he was out there.
Yeah. And then he's already jumped to over 50% of the snaps, and he's looked good, by the way, running the ball. So but yeah, we'll be back again Saturday morning, 11 Eastern time, I think it is. So appreciate everyone. And we'll see you all.
If you're
Saturday.
in Southern California, go outside and watch the SpaceX launch that's going off right now.
There you go. Go watch it.
Right now. Like literally now.